Gaming like a noob. Hello, and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob, and I call myself Sansomi. And if you're subscribed to the channel, I say thank you very much. And if you're not, I say please do, it would help me out a lot. Now, it's Tuesday, it's Welling United save, and we're into Season 12. We're going to start Season 12 today with only one game, of course. It's the pre-season game. Or, yeah, the pre-season build-up. We talk about what's happened during the during the summer here. And let's start with players coming in here. We can see that Angela Barberini, you remember him coming in because he was a January, but that we also have signed two before he changed it into the new season. That was the 16-year-old Grant Brown, looking promising, so I couldn't let that go. And then this one, Diego Briones, and he looked a little too good to stay away from as well. So, but he cost a lot. He did cost 15 million. We found him in Lanús, and let's see, will it be at that way? Yeah. Then we got a hold of this little lad, looking really interesting as well. From Club Brugge. He cost a lot of money as well, but we need to do some spending now. And it's still a very young lad, 18. So yeah, and we lent Alex Roberts again, which in hindsight might not be as good as I hoped, because we did eventually find Esteban Bonifani to lend from sorry, from Manchester City. That looks like my throat is really gooey today. I'm sorry about that. Who looks a lot better, and we'll manage to lend him from Manchester City. So yeah, this 24-year-old, I don't think we'll ever get to sign this player, but I think he's going to be a really good player to lend this season, and pretty sure he's going to be helping us a lot, hopefully helping us all the way to stay in this division, in the Premier League, that is. And we actually eventually signed Neil Moore as well. Neil Moore, the defender that we lent when we were in the, I think, League One and in the Champions and in the Championship. Let's go in and have a look at him. He doesn't. I don't think he is going to be playing a lot of games, but good to have when we have injuries and stuff like that, I guess. He played for us when we were in League 2 and League 1. All right, then it was a long, long time ago. He was lent out to Dons last season and did not make a good. But he only cost us 200,000 plus if it was 20% of any profit for the next sale. So I just thought that, yeah, he could be a good player to have as a reserve if something goes south. So that's the players that we have gotten in. Let's have a look at the finances, because that had a huge dip. But when you see why, which we can do in Vision here, we are improving our youth facilities, we're improving training facilities, we're improving youth facilities again. So, and that cost us around 4 million a piece. And then the players that we bought and so on. So that's why the finances took a dip. But we're on our way up again, because we were down to 90. And you can see here we made a profit so far, 9 days into August of 900,000. So I still think we have a good balance of the money. So we're making money. We need to be making money because, yeah, we do not get the huge sponsoring deals like United and those guys. And yeah, that's just the way it is. What else? What was I thinking? Yeah, they have postponed our moving to our new ground, or them moving to the new ground, or whatever you say. You can look at the facilities here. The move will not take place until the 21st of October, which is oh, sorry, what was that? Due to the move, but the weird thing is there's 29,700 all-seaters in Gravage Cottage, which we of course are very happy about to rent. That's a small sum to pay to be there, but we have sold season tickets to 18,000 people, and there's only 13,500 when we move into our new Welling United Stadium. So how are we going to be able to take care of that? I don't know what's going to happen there, but there are about 4,000, 5,000, somewhere in between there, that's going to have a hard time finding a seat. Anyway, I progress. I'm hoping we can make another good season to try and stay in the division. I'm not the most confident about that because we haven't been able to make any larger signings. Yes, I know we have signed the lend player from the player that we lent from or loaning from City, Esteban Bonifasi. It's a good one. I do believe Diego Briones will become a good one. And yeah, I've been forced to move Juan Carlos Pena over to the right. So Cameron McAllister is at the moment out of the team. So that's interesting. Neil Moore here. We should move him to the under 23. Unregistered. Oh, that's right. I haven't registered him. Can I change? I should be able to change in that, shouldn't I? Somewhere? Oh, I don't like this. Premier League. Yes. Can we? No. Under 21 player automatic. Yeah, but I need to change in that one. Can I change? Oh, I forgot. Registration. There we have it. Yes. Oh. Because we can take out players like Eamon Harkin. Because Harkin, and we need to filter and put in all of these. Let's have a look. Because I think I missed out on another one as well. Let's go. Yeah, Agner should be in it as well. And we need to put Neil Moore in it as well. And yeah, I've tried to lend out a lot of players because I want them to develop. Yeah, that's another thing I forgot about this, the whole thing here now. Let's see. Clubbing phone. We forgot about one other thing. We forgot about the players that left. Most of them are out on loan, of course, but we managed to release Alex Robinson or sell him to Tranmere. We sold one of those young players that, yeah, I don't know why I sold him, to be honest, but yeah, I think I just didn't find a way for him to come into the team. We sold Matt Jackson, that's been here for quite some time, and I didn't feel that he was developing. And but the big thing, of course, is this. Toby Egan. I got an offer from City. I couldn't refuse it. I mean, I don't play him anymore. At the same time as I felt, oh, I'm going to let go of this, the only player that was still in our team when we started to play this. Well, he wasn't in the team when we started it up, but we bought him the very first season we played. And looking at his career coming from Brent, I think he was released from Brentford there, but all the way from Vanarama National League South, and just look at this, following us all the way up to the Premier League. Did 2 seasons in the Premier League as well, and look at it, he was over 7 in both seasons in the Premier League as well. So yeah, it's been fantastic for us. But as I said, I want to. He only made 12 games last season. I want to bring in these younger goalkeepers, and the only way to do that is, of course, if the elder moves away, so you can bring them in. I think they're both very potential goalkeepers, so I will try to figure out a way to get them both to be able to play. But yeah, as I said, he just had to go when they came in with an offer. I couldn't refuse it. I think it would be nice to see if he'll get to play in City as well. He's only signed as a cup goalkeeper, so he is a reserve keeper, and yeah, better for him perhaps to be a reserve keeper at Manchester City than a reserve keeper in Welling, I guess. Anyway, was there anything else I was thinking that we should go through? No, we haven't been drawn in any of the cups yet, of course, and yeah, the league table, we haven't played any game. It's only Chelsea that has beaten Leeds. So let's have a look at the schedule, perhaps. We're going to start out against Tottenham. And that's the only game we're going to play this episode. Next episode will be Southampton, Brighton, and it looks like second round of the Carabao Cup, but it hasn't been drawn yet, so that's going to be interesting to see who will get there. Yeah, and the friendlies. We did lose against Manchester United, which was a testimonial game for Toby Egan, which was interesting to play. After that, we chose to play against rather lowly teams, because I was more concerned about building up a confidence where we score a lot of goals and get a confidence in the players built up, and focusing on the fitness training. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this here now, and I don't think there is much more to say. We can see what the dev center says about our players. Alex Roberts, as I said, it's stupid, but I lent him, and I think I moved him on down to under 23, which is, of course, because of that City player that I lent. So, and yeah, we can see there's loads of potential in the club, but we need them to reach that potential as well, and that's why we have so many players lent out. I mean, Tony Bailey, Dave Vance, Bunda, Carlman. I think I would like to sign a new goalkeeper as well. Not a good one. We don't need to try and find one that's going to be a superstar in the future or anything like that. I just want a third goalkeeper. I wanted to move out Tony Bailey because he's got some high potential, but he's not going to get to play. And he needs to play to develop, because the main fight right now is between these two goalkeepers, and I want them to get a lot of play time, both of them, so so that we can hopefully develop them into great goalkeepers, both of them. I don't think any of them are English, are they? This is Wales one and the Northern Irish one. So yeah, maybe I'd like to find an English goalkeeper. Even it doesn't matter. There's no problem, since they are from the UK, so no problem getting when work permit and stuff like that. That's just a given. But yeah, and I'm interesting to see what Tanu Senchkin can become. I know he's supposed to be a deep lying playmaker, and that we are not using him as that. But we can't have two deep lying playmakers, can we? And yeah, I'm just going to see where this takes us. To be honest, I would like to see, I should be able to see that here, shouldn't I? Or is that in the development? Or in attributes here? Yeah, you can't change this. Yeah, his best position is like that. I was just thinking maybe we'll go back and have a look at it. If what happens if we put him, or we can just look at it like this. He could play like a, we need to play a bit defensive, so why not play with him like a ball-winning midfielder, and this lad as a deep-lying playmaker? We can have him as support. I think that could be better. We get a little more defensive play, which we need, because we're not that great of a team at the same time as we... Yeah, I think this is the way I want to play it, and see what happens. We seem to have a very good midfield and a good attack. We do have some weaknesses in the back when we look at the star rating, but I think both Diego and Juan Carlos are two players that have immense potential. What I want to find is a central defender with immense potential as well. I mean, Nesic has got that, but I don't think he's 24 now, and he's got some high potential. That's a given. He could be going up an entire star more, so yeah, maybe we do have to, but he's 24, so he's getting up there. And I don't know, how about his contract? Runs out 35, so that's no problem. But I think we've talked quite a bit about what's happened in between here now. So let's move on to the game and play our very first competitive game this season. I did say something very quick before I pressed the next button, which was that it looks like Zinedine Zidane is manager of Tottenham, so that's interesting. And I think we've got a good side here now, able to play. Martin Turney has missed most of the preseason because he was been injured, and Roderick Grant has missed some of it as well because he was injured. So that's not good. They're going to struggle the entire season just because of that. And that's what I was talking about a couple of episodes ago, where I wanted them to change, where you should be able to have more than one calendar training, so to speak. You should be able to build up a pre-season training where you could put some of the players so that they build up. Yeah, you can do that if you want to, if you sort of have a team where you just let's say that you move them to the under 23 and you have that build up, but then all the other players, then are you going to move them into something else? But you could. You could. Yeah, I mean, I've not thought about that. We're gonna start this game, and I'm gonna talk about that. because that's not something I've been thinking about until just now. Let's move on in. He wants number 3. I don't think number 3 is free, so he'll get number 20. He doesn't have a preferred number, so he gets 21. Number 8 on Sinjin. You're not going to get number 10. And we submit the numbers here. And, oh, 7 players. Are you kidding me? Wicket, you shouldn't have any tactical problems. Neither Yake, not... I can understand the new players, but all those old players, I mean, it's only Tanju that should be a bit concerned about tactical. All the others has been here forever, feels like. But okay, the rest of them are positive thingamajings. So let's go into the match. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Takes some time, this. I think the data is getting a bit big now that we have played for when we're starting our season 12. We're not going to go hard in. We're going to pump our fist and assistance recommendation, kick off, and skip. Yeah, but I wanted to say, you know that we have this where we can move players up and down to train with the first team, even though they play in the under-23. So I've been thinking that you could actually, but then you've had, the problem with that is that if I move down Martin Turney to the under-23 and he gets to train at the under-23, just moving him down to the under-23 will make him complain, most likely, which they often do, especially when they've been in the first team for years. So there should be a way to move a player that is in the first team, but move his training units down to the under-23, because then you could have that fitness training constantly in the under-23 and just move the players up and down in the units, considering where they are playing or what they are needed. So players that have been, oh, look at that. Players that have been injured in the preseason, you can move them to the under-23 training and give that fitness training so that they can build up their fitness, and then move him back into when he's been there for 4 weeks or something, training his fitness. You'll move him up to the first team's training again. So there is a possibility to do it, of course, but it's not going to be easy, that's for sure, because the players would be complaining because they were sent down to the under-23. So, but they should actually create something like that so you can build up their fitness when they've been injured in the preseason. Because I always notice that players that get injured in that preseason training, they are having a lot more problems with the fitness than the other players. Of course, it's not more than you expect. But yeah. Tottenham are the better team, it seems like, today. So far, we haven't created a chance. We need to do something. Yeah, but some of them are focused and stuff, but yeah. Do we have something interesting on the bench that we can take in? I wouldn't say so. Could be McAllister, perhaps. Ooh, we got our first opportunity, but look at this. Ooh, this is a dangerous counter-attack. And good save by Harkin. Thank you, Harkin. I'm going to take a look at that actually to see if there's any way to move down players into the 23 just for training. Yeah, I know there is a way to move up the under 23 players to the first team and get them to train with the first team. But the question is, can I move them up and get them to to train with or move them down? Oh, Oscar Thorne. We could have scored on a counter-attack. What a start of the season that would have been. And the stadium is packed. The season opener has filled the stadium. Interesting. And yeah, let's actually give McAllister the opportunity to come in and try and do something from his right defensive position. He was one of our better players, and he was on his way out of the club actually, because he was everything was done. A 12-point-something million pounds move to, I don't remember what club it was. Sorry about that. But everything was done. The deal was done. I had accepted it, and McAllister had accepted contract and everything. And the board intercepted and said that he was worth a lot more than those 12-point-something millions. So, oh, look at this! Oh, Welling United through Andrej Lukic. It's 1-0 in the 87th minute. Oh, what a start. What a start. We've been completely outplayed. And we get one opportunity and we score. Come on, Welling. This is well, we have actually 11-5 now. After 0-0 after the first half, we've actually worked ourselves better into the game. So, yeah, I guess we should be proud about that. Let's not... Oh, come on. We do such a good job keeping a clean sheet all the way until overtime, and then they score. Oh, that's such a sad part. Come on. Well. Hopefully we'll get the point so they don't get another chance before it's over. No, it's done. Over and done with. That's good. That we got a point. We should be happy about that. It's a pretty well done thing from us. I mean, they are one of those huge teams that we should have problems with. So I'm not complaining in that sense. But of course, taking the lead in the 87th minute, of course you want to win the game then. So that's a bit disappointing. Yep, let's go through this. Premier Youthful. Draw, yes. He makes his debut, yes. All right, Welling United, we have to pay 1.3 million a part of his deal, so we're not going to make a winning here. I'll lend him out because his potential is very high, but his current ability very low, and I want him to develop, so he's lent out. Hopefully he will develop in Chesterfield. The bad part is that I haven't taken a look at facilities here. The training facilities especially. Adequate. Yeah, well, yeah. That could be a negative thing, but the positive thing is that he's so far down that he hopefully will get to play in every game, which is the most important thing, I think. We've lent this one out because we couldn't get him sold. Bonda, we lent him out because we couldn't get him sold either. So, and Tony Bailey, we just lend him out because we want him to, yeah, reach his potential. Yeah. And Chris Prosser, yeah, want to see if he can reach his potential by lending him out because he's not good enough to play in the team at the moment, but he has a potential to at least be a sub or something for us. But if he doesn't reach that potential, there's no use to keep him at the club. So I was thinking, yes, lend him out, try to get him to reach his potential this season, and if he doesn't, we'll try to get rid of him. We'll try to sell him next season if he doesn't develop. Tom Harness, I think that's another one, but I think we both put him on loan and to sell, but they came in for a loan, and if he can do good there, we might be able to sell him afterwards. So yeah, they're happy after the Tottenham. Well, I wouldn't be. I would have been happy with 1-1 before the game, but honestly, after taking the lead in the 87th minute, I of course am not happy about it. But we've only made a loss so far, despite 1.3 going to the Lukic transfer deal. We only made a loss of £152,000 so far, so that's a good thing, I think, because I think when nothing like that is going to happen, at least when we have home games, we are going to make money. And I've been a bit afraid of that because it's not. The contracts are getting up there. We are starting to get a bit higher wages now, which is a bit annoying, of course. I almost signed a central defender that wanted £68,000 a week. And I stopped myself at the very end of it because I think I can't have players with that salary yet. We need to make more money before we sign players of that wage with those wages. So yeah, we're just gonna have to settle for the players that we have this season. And I'm hoping, because we have so many young players with a lot of potential, I'm hoping that we will have a season where many of them are developing in a good and nice pace. And yeah, let's see, individual. I just thought about, since we're gonna play, I think this went well, this game, so we're gonna do like that. We're going to take Dominic Novak, because he's not going to be playing as that anymore. He's not going to be training as that, I should say, because he's playing as this ball-winning defender. So we want to train that instead. Looking at the numbers, he's got some good numbers in those positions as well. So I think he's going to be fine when it comes to playing in that sort of situation. So that's good. Let's have a look at the under 23, the training units. I can't move anybody. I can't move anybody down here. That's what's so sad. I mean, taking a look at this units, I can't tell them to take, or can I? Dodge. No. There's no way for me to bring them down to train with the under 23. I can only bring up players from the under 23. So the only way this would work is that I would sort of put everybody in the under 23. Every player would be in the under 23, and I would put training in the under 23 like that, but I would stop them from playing games in the under 23, the ones that I want in the first team, and then I would bring them up in training like this, and bring everybody up in like this, and then once they needed that fitness training, I could take them away from this, but that's not going to work. Definitely not. So that's a big disappointment, to be honest. So yeah, don't know what to say about that. That's such a huge disappointment, to be honest. Now, maybe it is because I don't control the training. Let's say if we can go into here, responsibilities, training. What if I take control of the training here and we go into under 23, into units? I still can't move anybody up and down. It's annoying, I must say. Very annoying that I can't move them to this one. Because that would have been perfect, because I could put the training in this under 22 and under 23 as a fitness training, and then just move them down there when they been injured or something like that to build up, especially if they've been injured, like Alex Roberts here now being injured. He's got injured for a couple of weeks ago, so he's been injured during the preseason. So having him on pre-season training would of course be a gold when he comes back from that injury, but that's not going to happen then. Don't know, there's not much more to say about this episode. I think we've pretty much talked about everything. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to take a couple of weeks before we get into our own stadium, since it was postponed for a month because of the complications. We've started out good in the league then with a draw against Tottenham at home. We're hoping to continue to play good, and we're hoping to be a more stable mid-table team this season. Maybe even try to reach that number 7. That would have been wonderful. I'm not giving too much hope to going anywhere far in the cups, but yeah, you'll never know. You'll never know. We have done some upsets before. We've even beaten Manchester United, if I'm not wrong about that. Let's go into the Manchester United here, past meetings. Let's see what we've done against them through the ages. And we've only met them in the Premier League, so we never met them in any cups. But we've actually beaten them one time, 2-1 that last season at home. A surprising game, I guess. Oscar Thorne did score twice, played very well, and so did a lot of my players, I must say. So we actually drew as well last season. So we played pretty well against Manchester United last season. First season, we did lose 3-0 at home and 4-1 away. So yeah, teams like that is we're going to struggle against them, as we know. It would be interesting to see, is there any team that we faced in a cup or something? I have a slight memory of, yeah, Arsenal. Way back in 25, we were beaten 5-0 in that game. Toby Egan still in goal. What a legend. So just for that sake, I would have liked to kept him, but yeah, I decided to let him go. We've beaten them in the league. That's interesting. The very first season at home, we did manage to beat them. So that's a nice thing. Derby, we should have met Derby in the championship. Let's go in. Yes. And we've actually only lost against Derby one time. And that was last season at home. And we beat them away with the same scoreline. That's interesting. Leeds, we should have faced off again against, I guess, as well in the championship, or have we? No, but we have faced them in the cup, in the Carabao Cup, way back in 27. We lost 3-0 against them, and we played friendly against them and drew. We've not been beaten badly more than that Carabao Cup. We haven't been beaten badly by Leeds, that's for sure. But on the other hand, we haven't been able to beat them either, so we've either drawn or lost with 1 goal since we came up to the Premier League here. So, yeah, that's kind of good. Well, I'm not going to go through the entirety here. And don't think there is much to say. Performances, here's what they think of me, the board. They're pleased with the level of support I have from the squad, of course. They're disappointed in the Esteban Bonifacio on loan, but the finances of it. They wanted me to, I guess, negotiate it down a lot less, but I tried, but nothing worked. So, yeah. But I think it's going to be of big value for us this season, and hopefully he can help us to do a good season. If he's going to be the player that brings us out to Europe, then I guess they'll have to regret this statement. Anyway, I think we're done there. I think we've gone through what we are supposed to go through in a pre-season episode. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Do like, subscribe, leave a little comment, share with your friends. Stay safe out there, have heaps of fun, and I'll just end with bye 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 bye.